Hey, I'm strummerdood or Matt or whatever, I don't know. I'm about to spoil Act 1 of Double Fine's crowdfunded adventure game, Broken Age, which critics have called charming. And charming, they kind of just use the same word over and over again. So if you haven't played it yet, divert your eyes like someone just popped open the Ark of the Covenant. I'm pretty sure that counts as a Tim Schafer reference. Positive.
Broken Age finds its writer and designer, Tim Schafer, playing with the dynamics of a dual narrative structure in a number of interesting ways. Fans of the genre will no doubt be reminded of the three protagonists that led the classic time-traveling adventure game Schafer co-designed. But the links between Broken Age's two worlds are a bit more nuanced than the mechanical puzzle-solving of Day of the Tentacle. Players are initially greeted with an aesthetically divisive image where they can choose to begin the game with either Vela, a young girl readying her ritualistic yet honorable sacrifice to the monstrous Mog Chothra, or Shay, a young cadet drifting through space with a pair of overbearing parents and a collection of yarn pals. Players would be forgiven for thinking the difference was a matter of separate time periods, assuming Vela's pastel, antiquated world hailed from the distant past, while Shay's ultra-modern spaceship existed in the future. I mean, it's called Broken Age for a reason, right? I didn't think two ways about it, believing that Double Fine was paying a none too subtle homage to their founder's directorial debut. But of course, I was wrong, as the ending reveals Vela and Shay live in the same time period and have been battling one another throughout the game. It's only appropriate that one of the sacrificial maidens at the town shell mound wore a red fish costume. Perhaps it was a herring. Get it? It's a literary device, but it's also a fish. Get it? I freely admit I fell for Double Fine's ruse, believing the Deadeye God, whom you awakened from a 300-year stasis, was a middle-aged version of Shay from the past. They sure sold it well. Shay and the Dead-Eyed God were both a part of Operation Dandelion from the abandoned planet Laruna, and they both hacked their respective ships' controls only to crash land in Shellmound. Luckily, I wasn't alone in my erroneous predictions, as my friend made a similar assessment. The difference being he started with Shay and believed the Overmother was Vela. The overbearing computer talks of her honorable sacrifice while Vela's motif plays in the background. Really, how do you blame us? Seriously. These little tricks knocked us off the scent of the final twist, but also cleverly disguise some massive foreshadowing that helps align these narratives on a parallel time frame. The stories have their first real link when Shay begins saving creatures in various star systems. During his first mission, he reluctantly leaves behind one creature, who ends up being McGee from the cloud village of Mariloft. After that, he picks up an angry, feisty creature that detaches him or herself from Shay's grasp. Sound familiar? The simplistic designs of the space creatures even possess similar attributes to the extravagant maidens. Even cooler, the names of the star systems link up with their actual location. Talon Nebula refers to the claws of the birds that populate Mariloft. Danger System 5 represents Sugar Bunting, a town of reformed warriors, hence why Space Weaver has no qualms with traveling to a supposed dangerous system. And finally, we have Prima Doom, where Shay confronts Vela, the prima donna or leading lady of Broken Age. Of course, this is speaking purely at the surface level of the plot. Peeling back these layers reveals a common theme that much more dynamically links these two characters. Consider one of the more significant moments Shay and Vela share way before they even meet. In order to gain some freedom, they both find themselves cutting a binding tether and literally escaping the throngs of a claw, attempting to keep them on a designated path. And then they lose the knives they use. I'm not sure how that ties in just yet, but here's a knife saying something funny.
I'm free! Free to cleave the infinite void of space itself!
This symbolic scene between the two characters helps flesh out Broken Age's theme, that despite how radically different their lifestyles and backgrounds, they still aspire to lives that go against the expectations of others. Funny enough, the title Broken Age assists in illustrating this very theme as much as it does trick the player into thinking these kids are from two different time periods. By establishing the characters in this manner, Schafer conceptually builds empathy for both sides of a war. Though Vela ultimately seems to be in the right, Shay never feels as though his actions are harmful, giving his character, along with the gamer, a slighted point of view not unlike Shadow of the Colossus or Bioshock. But most importantly, Double Fine's deft handling of a dual narrative structure allows them to end an act of an adventure game with a massive aha moment, which is neat. Then again, this is only Act 1, and the next one may contradict everything I just said and make me look like a dumbass, so that'd just be magical, that'd be great, you know. Hey, thanks for watching, guys, and on the off chance that Tim Schafer's actually watching this, I just want to say thank you, because I watched Double Fine Adventures, and you free wrote in it, and I haven't seen it since, like, high school. So for the first time in a while, I just sat down with a pen and paper and relied on my instincts, and I ended up with a first draft in like 15 minutes, and that's kind of crazy, so thank you. Look, words, handwritten words. It's actually really hard to read. You know what? Screw you, Tim Schafer, because now I gotta read this goddamn crap. I spoke poetic in this. I can't read it. It's 2012 or something. It's not the 20th century anymore. Handwriting? That doesn't make any sense to me. Damn it!